Hey guys, and welcome to Day Scott, where I bring you daily content on entrepreneurship and personal growth. Very simple, I bring you that daily content. As an entrepreneur, you'll know how much we learn each day from mentors, from blogs, from just doing our work for clients, for customers. We learn through so many ways. And that's all I'm doing, is I communicate my learning from each day into content that you'll gain value from. It allows us to do a few things. It allows me to rehash my knowledge, allows me to learn from it, and more importantly, it allows you to learn from it, because you get to learn from my failures. So that's the great thing, is because we'll be on very similar paths as entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter whether we're doing different products, services, industries, we'll always face the same issues as general business issues like mental health, physical health, time management, managing ourselves, managing our financials, and so much more. As an entrepreneur, we have to manage. So that's where you're going to really resonate with this channel, and that's where you're going to really learn from this channel, and it's going to be a nice collaborative way, because comment down below and I'll comment back, and we'll learn from each other and help each other get our success quicker and faster is what we want, isn't it? So that's why you should stay on this channel and why you should stay in this video. This is an unbelievably important one for making sure you don't fizzle out as an entrepreneur. I see this too many times. I did it myself in my first startup. I guarantee you, if you're a first entrepreneur, you'll do this to yourself. 9 times out of 10, I guarantee every entrepreneur does this, is they just try to do everything themselves. They think they can do it all, and they just absolutely hammer it out all the first 6 months, and you fizzle out, and you're just absolutely destroyed, and you just can't handle it anymore. And it's because of this main thing, because you lack what I'm going to speak in this video. It's really important. It's going to be a quick video, and obviously you can ask some questions at the end, so stay tuned and we'll get right into it. So hey guys, and welcome back. Let's just get that all done. I bet that goes out a few times. I think it's the lighting in it, just doesn't like it. But anyway, let's get on with it. So first of all, I'm going to hit you with a quote, and this quote is from Russell Brunson. If you don't know who Russell Brunson is, if you're a marketer, I'm sure you know him. But I'll just give you a bit of background to who Russell Brunson is. So Russell Brunson, his net worth is, I've looked this up, he's an internet marketer, he's an entrepreneur, and his net worth is around $37 million mark. And he's an entrepreneur that's built a business that has hit $360 million entirely, and it was all self-funded, this business. It's called ClickFunnels, and it's actually generated over $360 million. So he's doing all right for himself. He's been doing this for 12 plus years now, and he's impacting millions and millions of entrepreneurs every single day through this, through the ClickFunnels, which you can go look into. We'll speak about it in another topic in one of our digital marketing, because it's fantastic. I've used it myself, and I do use it, and we'll talk about that. But it's not about that today. It's not about the digital marketing. It's about the quote in which he said, which really stands true to what I'm going to speak about in this video today. Let me tell you the quote, and I saw this on Facebook. So he says, talent doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Talent doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Desire does. I think that's very strong, and I think that I know as a young child, when I struggled at school, I really needed to be told that, because I didn't do very good. I got C's and D's in school, so I was sort of more of an average, below average student. So obviously, through the school system, you're not going to achieve anything because you're a C and D student. So it's all the smart kids that get all the business, they get the success. You'll just have an okay job. That's the way I was seen. I saw life, and that's the way I was shown through school, because that's how it is portrayed. So having that quote stands so strong. So I think this is really going to resonate with those people who are in my position of sort of just being an average student, or below average, whatever. This is really going to hit home for you, and it's going to be really important to understanding how powerful knowing your why is and your purpose of doing what you do, because it's going to trump over, or your desire and your why for what you're doing is going to trump and destroy all talent and knowledge. Absolutely. It's been said by Russell right there. Turned over $360 million. I mean, it's hard to argue with that, isn't it? So I'm going to give you a bit more information on it. So a bit of background to what motivated me to do this video is that, as you know, it's my daily learnings, and it's simple. So lack of motivation. I've noticed, obviously, you know, I've been quite a lot on speaking about habits a lot more recently, and I've in doing that and understanding, being more aware of my habits, I've started to understand falling into a rut and falling into bad habits of not getting up early enough, eating too much, not being as good fitness, not working as long. And I've started to notice these bad habits more and started to change them. But having these bad habits, they just encourage lack of willingness. The more I give into the bad habits of not getting up early, of not doing my fitness when I say I'm going to not being on time with meetings and all that, the more I give into that and give into my mind telling me to do these bad things because I feel more comfortable to do it, the more I lose my willingness, my willpower, and my mental resilience, which we're really going to talk about in this video, to actually do other things. So it actually has a domino effect on everything. So cheating yourself in one area is going to have massive implication on your whole day, and that's what I've noticed a lot recently. Another thing that happened today, actually, quite amusing, is I'm very fascinated in learning the piano. I've never done it, never touched the piano, but I just really want to learn. I want to play one. And we have a keyboard at home, so I'm going to start learning that. But I mentioned it to my stepdad today, and he basically just laughed at me. I said to him, I want to, I'm going to self-teach myself. Just, you can do anything online now. I believe you've got, like I said, the willpower, and you have a means to get to some tutorials or whatever online, like everyone does, YouTube, there we go, then I believe you can teach yourself anything. So that's what I said to him, and he just laughed in my face. Basically, he's from quite a musical background, and he just doesn't think I can do it. So that's another sort of reason for me to doing this video, of understanding your reason for doing it. Having your willpower will always trump over having this talent and having all the money to pay for expert lessons and everything. It's all about the willpower and knowing where to get the information, 100%. So it's just a bit of background to this video. Oh, I hate how it just doesn't focus. I'm so sorry. So let's get on to your why. So really what this video is about is understanding your why, and your why is your reason for doing what you do every day. It's simple, what you're doing every day. And it's very difficult to get this at a young age. I'm finding anyway. It's very difficult to find this because usually it takes a lot of life experiences, a lot of hardships, a lot of things I think can create your why due to your experiences through life. So therefore, why I think your why will change, but we can go into that into another video when we speak about. If you want to look into more about why, look up Simon Sinek and you'll get some more information on it. But the reason you need your why is because there's going to be times, guaranteed, 100%, there's going to be times in your entrepreneur journey that are going to be shit. And it's not going to work for you. Nothing's going to go your way. Nothing's going to go right. You're going to lose a client. You're going to lose a customer. It's just everything's going to go wrong for like a month or a few months, whatever. Everything will go wrong. It doesn't matter how good your quality is. Things are going to go wrong. It's life. It's business. So this is where the why really kicks into action, because having this why enables you to understand why you're doing what you do when it gets to the really crap parts. It allows you to accept where you are at that time, and it allows you to understand that you will get through this and why you're going to push through this, because it always comes back to this reasoning here, your why of why you've been doing this since day one. It's so integral. It helps throughout the good times and the bad times, but the bad times is when it really springs into action. And not having it there, it's gonna have such a negative effect. And I see this all too often with entrepreneurs. It's very easy to have that spark in the first 6 months as an entrepreneur because it's exciting, it's new. You always have that spark and going, oh, I'm going to do this, and you'll do that and you'll be great and you'll be a great spark and you'll do everything, you'll be on everything. And then at some point, it might be 3 months, 6 months, it might be a year, you'll just fizzle out. If you don't have that reasoning for doing things, if it's just on this high energy of excitement, I guarantee that'll fizzle out at some point. So having your understanding of why you're doing it is so integral to getting through those hard times and pushing yourself through the 2-year, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year barrier, because you've got to be thinking in that vision when it comes to taking a company forward. You've got to be thinking 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, because what successful businesses run for a year? I don't think it's going to be very successful, is it? So that's why I really want to push you understanding having a why, because your why isn't just good for the hard times, but it actually encourages willpower. And it's a big thing that I've been noticing more recently with my bad habits, is the more I do bad habits, is it affects my willpower. And having your reason why to break those bad habits, why to get up early, why to do those extra hours is going to improve your willingness, therefore improve your mental resilience, which is going to again help you get through the hard times, help you push through, and help you and make sure that you stay on track of your work, make sure you take advantage of all opportunities, you're there, you're ready, and you're always on top of things. And that willpower is going to be so strong to keep you going and maintain your business as a success as well as grow it to a success. Now, I think it's interesting what Russell mentioned in his quote is that lack of talent. So just go over it again. He said, talent doesn't mean you're going to be successful. Desire does. So the willingness, the why. That's really resonates with me. I think that's what will resonate with most people is the talent aspect, because like I said, I went through school. I was a C student, D student, sort of in bottom classes, and I was under the impression that I wasn't going to be successful because that's how it's run. The A-star students are the ones who do well in life. But that couldn't be any more wrong. The lack of talent I find, or the lack of knowledge at a young age or anything, I think that plays to your advantage amazingly, because we're very susceptible to things as a child. We're very heavily influenced very easily. And I think always being the underdog going through your teenage and young years, I think is the best thing, because that is going to do nothing but instill a fire in you. It's going to help build that confidence, help build that inner fire into you to always want to be better. And that's something that a lot of the A-star and A students will not have, because they won't feel they need it. I'm not saying that's for everyone, I'm just saying this is as a general, because they won't feel they need it because they've achieved their A-star students. They don't need to put in the extra work. They're A students. Why do they? Why do they need to? Whereas the C students will always put grind hard and harder. And what you're going to build there, it doesn't matter if you're still coming out of C's, it's fine. It doesn't matter about that. It's not about the grade. It's about what you're building there, that mental resilience of just grinding harder, finding different ways of learning, finding different ways, methods of helping you learn and be better. That's the bit that's going to be so integral to your future life, because that is going to help you when you go do a startup and you get into business and you want to push yourself to the highest reaches in your business and career. That is going to help, because you're going to have all this mental resilience and fire inside you that you've built through your school and teenage years. So that's why I believe the C students are going to rule the best and successful businesses. So that's really where I believe the why is created, is through that. For me, it was for anyway. And again, like if you don't have this, I just believe you'll fizzle out and you'll not be able to get through the hard times, because your brain will not be able to compute the hard times, because there'll be times where it'll be inhuman to carry on. There'll be times, like when I spoke about in one of my last videos about what is the definition of an entrepreneur, and my definition of entrepreneur is the knocking sickness, that they just keep on knocking at the door until it opens, and once it's open they keep on knocking at the next door, and it's just continuous, and it'll get to points where it's just inhuman, and any normal person would just stop because it's just like nothing's happening. But a normal entrepreneur just keeps on going, finding ways, and it might take 6 months, years, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes, but they finally break through. And that's why the why becomes so important, because it's going to push you through those inhuman times of your entrepreneurial journey. So I hope this is making sense. It's allowing me to understand myself more, for sure, and understanding my why and why I'm doing what I'm doing, because like I said, it's very difficult to understand it at a younger age, and I've struggled finding mine, because I think it can so easily be influenced and changed. I find that it's changed throughout the past year. It's changed to different things, which obviously means I don't properly have one yet. So I'm still working on it. But I've got some sort of standard ones of being financially free, but I think that's too general. I think I need something more specific. And that's why I truly believe that a big part of the why, how it's created, is based on experiences and hardships. I feel like things going horribly wrong in life, in business, whatever, I believe that is an integral part to creating your why, because that's when you have those big life-hitting reality light bulb moments, and it's really real for you. And I feel like your why needs to be emotionally real for you. So when it does get to those dark times of being tough, you can emotionally grip that experience and be like, yes, this is why I'm doing it. So I think I just need that hardship. That's really just slaps me in the face of reality. Which is a bit of a scary thing to want, because obviously that's going to suck having a hardship. But I've had some on the way, but maybe not one that's hit me over the head hard enough. So maybe I just need something that hit me over the head hard enough, but I'll keep looking. So the takeaway for this is to find your why. And like I said, I think it's going to take through experiences, hardships, and I think you're going to struggle to find it at a young age. But if you're able to find it, then great. It's basically why you're doing what you're doing, whether you want it to be, you want to be financially stable for yourself, to have free responsibility, to have your own flat or whatever it is, to be able to, I don't know, pay for your family in the future, or go on more holidays, whatever it is. I think they're a bit more loose because they're more goals. Your why is something that should be there for a lifetime. So whether it's to continuously be financially free, or I don't know, there's lots of ones, but it needs to have longevity to it. So you need to have a bit of, it's worth a good thing, because it's going to stand there and it's going to keep you going through the hard times for the lifetime. So it's really, really worth giving it a think. Now, I haven't read Simon Sinek's book, Your Why. I'd recommend, well, I can't really recommend it because I've not read it, so I can't recommend it, but I've heard it's pretty good. So if you want to learn more about it, I'm trying to think of a word that isn't recommend. I'd recommend go watching it, go and reading it, because I haven't read it, so I don't really want to recommend it if I haven't read it. But I would recommend to go read it, because it's supposed to be good, and it will give you more understanding of what I'm trying to get over to you in this video. Another one, just to sort of help take away as well, is something that you can implement right now, and that's breaking your bad habits. And now I do know a book you can read, which I have read, and that's The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Unbelievable book, a life-changing book. It allows you to understand how habits are born, how they're created, how your brain changes, how to break them, all this. Understanding that and then implementing that is a game changer, because that, like I said, with the whole your willpower and how the why will encourage the willpower, your willingness to do things. What will help your willingness also is breaking the bad habits. The more bad habits you break, the more comfortable you feel, the less you go for the comfortable situation, the more you're going to build your mental resilience and your willpower, and that again is going to nicely have a nice integrated relationship with your why, which is going to again help you through the tough times and just through growing and maintaining the success of your business. So that's my takeaway. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have, absolutely, and I hope you gained value from it. I'm going to try to get an interview out tomorrow. It should be, I can't think who it is now, but I'll get that out to you tomorrow, because I've done a few interviews recently, so I can't think, I'm not too sure which one's going out tomorrow. Oh yeah, Luke's one. That should be the one that's going out tomorrow. It should be. I've got to check the recording because we had a few issues with the recording, so hopefully that will be the one tomorrow. If not, then I'll do a video, but my aim is to get an interview out tomorrow, so that should be all good. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I did. As always, do please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Scott Mears, my Twitter at ScottMears_, my Facebook and Instagram at ScottMearsEntrepreneur. As always, guys, it was an absolute pleasure. The best way to predict the future is create. Go out there, create your future. This was Day to Day Scott. Have a lovely night, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.